Welcome to Fish PR, your nightly news station with your host, Fishtacles Jones. Today we have a very special segment before we kick off with our fish jazz. A member of the fish community by the name of Fishman, who owns and operates a YouTube channel by the name of Fellaz. And on that YouTube channel, he communicates essential revolutionary thoughts and ideals to the humans of the land from us, the fish people. And I think it's very extraordinary. And in this expose, we have an exclusive interview with one of the CLOECHA supporters and Fishman himself. Take a listen.
Howdy, fish fellas. How's it going on this absolutely wonderful, absolutely fishtastic day? Today, we got a grand supporter. We got the grand magician of the CLOECHA Supporters Club. I'm sorry, what is your foundation called, sir?
The CLOECHA Community Clan.
Okay, the CLOECHA Community Clan. How do you spell that?
CLOECHA
Now, before we start off, I just wanted to say this is a non-biased podcast here. We are open to all sorts of info. I personally, we had a flat oceaner in here. We had a Hillary Clinton supporter in here. We have all sorts of people. We even had a mean old lady in here.
Fools.
Yes, what?
Fools. They're all fools.
Why?
Flat earthers. Flat oceaners. Fools.
Flat earth? What is a flat earther?
Now, in the human realm, they have fools that believe that the ocean is a flat entity, and it is not.
I agree. It is not a flat entity, but let's shake my fin with your hand really quickly to show that this is a non-biased podcast. We are currently having the swallow, the dove, with the olive tree and the branch right now. And I want to say, first off, to start off, how has your day been?
Well, I burned 3 fish skeletons in front of needlefish houses. Great. My chapter, full of great men, great fishists. I love them all.
Those damn needlefish, right?
They're taking over this this fish damn ocean.
Could you elaborate a bit?
What is your policy on expletives?
We will allow you to say anything that you want in the Fish Fellaz studio, as long as it doesn't have these noises, such as flish flam, flagger, flubidoddle, and flagito. I'm gonna bleep those out in post.
That is fair. None of that is in my collection of preferred racist, vicious terms. Now, to answer your question, Lair, I believe these needlers, needlers. That's what they are.
Oh my God, with the hard R, everything.
Fish damn needlers.
Fish needlers. Why do you call them needlers? You mean needlefish?
No, needlers.
Needlers as in needlefish, right?
Well, there's needlefish and there's needlers. And the needlers are the delinquent, ghetto-living, dirty-ass, suckling off the fish government, destroying this goddamn fish America. I mean, the white fish never should have brought them over from Fish Africa in the first fish damn place.
Well, I happen to like the needlefish with attitude. They're, in fact, probably one of my top 5 favorite fishy bands out there.
Well, I like to refer to them as needlers with a Satan.
Oh my God. That is quite the bold term to make.
Because these delinquents are polluting the minds of these already stupid fish damn needlers
and they're making them worse, and they're spreading these needlers like wildfire, fish damn it.
Well, what did you think about the murder of Needlefish Martin?
You mean,
Done.
you mean Needlefish, wait, Needlefish Martin,
Needlefish Martin.
King Jr.? Oh, Fish Von Martin.
Fish Von Martin.
Oh my God.
Killed by none other but Fish Zimmerman.
Justified.
Justified.
Completely justified.
100%.
Even though Zimmerman was a goddamn Jew, yeah, justified. Because on my list, the Needlers are worse than the Jews. The Fikes.
The Fike.
The Fikes.
Oh my God. The Fikes. Now, do you have a big problem with the Fikes?
The Fikes are the devil. The fish devil. And I swear, in 10 years, all the ocean water's gonna be gone because they're gosh darn big old fish Jew noses.
Fike.
Fake noses.
Fike. Wow, that is such a bold term to be using right now.
Well,
Especially
in my vernacular, it is perfectly acceptable to use that kind of term.
I'm guessing, did you side in World War II? Probably your great-grandfather probably fought in there. In Fish War II. Were you on the side of the Atlantic Ridgeback fish when they decided to go against the Fikes? And were you on the side? I know you're a patriot of the Fish America, but were you actually, would you say you're on the side of Fischler?
I have mixed feelings about Fischler because you know what? A lot of my people say the fish cost was fake, but the fish cost was beautiful. Think about it. There was a problem.
Like,
A man.
Let me scratch my gills real quick.
That's disgusting.
You have a
We'll
problem
get
with
to that
gills?
later. We'll get to the whole orifice thing later. There was a man, an entrepreneur, dare I say. He saw a problem, and fish damn, he made a solution to that fish damn problem. Fish damn it. They were suckling off the tit of the world, of the ocean, of Fish America, of Fish Germany. And he said, fish damn it, we're boiling them. We're boiling them in water, damn it. And he boiled them all to fish hell.
Oh my goodness.
Now, I may not agree with the gentleman's politics, his fishetics, but I do, however, support the fish holocaust. Some say it's fake, some of my kind say it's fake in the CLOECHA Klux Klan community. But as the Grand Wizard, the Grand Fishard, I do wholeheartedly believe that the fish holocaust was as beautiful as a saggy-breasted fishwoman.
I do love my saggy-breasted fishwoman. I just love when they have those nice seaweed-covered breasts with nice, big, juicy, saltwater nipples.
I personally love a couple barnacles here and there. That shows a little bit of wisdom and experience.
Barnacles. Did you happen to know that a barnacle's thingy?
Yeah, 40
Is-
times the length of its body.
Oh, actually, let's
Just
have...
like mine.
Oh. We're doing that. Anyway, I wanted to ask really quickly. Now, let's segue this. Now that we're talking about genitals, and we're talking about orifices, I would like you to explain your cause.
Well, as I am the Grand Fishard of the leading CLOECHA organization in the ocean, I have very passionately advocated for the use of cloacas.
Now, from what I understand, a cloaca is what chickens have, and
Most every species of bird.
every species of bird has a cloaca, and it's where they lay eggs, where they get rid of their fishy matter, and it's also where they reproduce, as well as
Yes.
urinate.
They do urinate out of there. They do poopy doopy out of there. They do everything, and I think
They do the schlippy dippy out of there.
I think this is one of Mother Nature's greatest miracles. It's It's an absolute miracle of nature. It's more beautiful than a saggy-breasted, barnacle-infested woman.
I could go on for days about how I'd like to stick my fish lips
All right,
on
that's a
saggy
conversation for later. Our sponsors, we will get demonetized.
Okay, I'm
Think
sorry.
of the fish apocalypse.
I'm sorry, I didn't give you enough room. I said at the beginning of this podcast this would not be a biased fish cast. Anyway, you may continue.
Well, let me first explain what the cloaca is. It is a single orifice from which all the miracles of nature take place. Every miracle of nature. You take your duties, you take your peas, you blow your nose, you look, you feel your fish fingers out of there, your gills. It's beautiful. It's efficient. It is nature's efficiency at its fish damn finest.
So let me get this. I can blow my cloaca to get all that fishy mucus out, right?
Yeah, well, at the same time, you'll be emptying your bowels of toxins. You will be hawking up phlegm that's been sitting in there. You'll be blowing out earwax because it's all one hole. Efficiency. You don't have to buy. You only got to buy toilet paper. You don't got to buy tissue paper for your nose. You can buy one paper for each hole.
Wow, that
One
is
paper for one hole.
absolutely inspiring. And as a
Yep.
fish person who personally makes doo-doos in big, long, rods instead of tiny little dollops like the humans do, because I am a fish person, after all, I do have problems with my orifices. But you might not know the dichotomy of a fish person's body, but a fish person not only has 3 orifices like a human, but they're also covered in a bunch of fishy scales instead of its soft, tender,
Succulent skin.
succulent skin.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, aside from the supple nature of human skin, flesh, you get the sanitation benefits. Think of it. One spray of fish Windex and you're good. That's it.
So you're
No
telling me
goddamn toilets.
after I go to the bathroom, or after I reproduce with my mate, John Wayne Fish. Oh no, I wasn't supposed to say that. He's in prison right now. I mean, she. It's hard to explain, but after I reproduce and I exhale my fishy fluids, that I can simply wipe it off with just a little Windex.
With one, instead of every orifice paper, you just get one
Sweet
orifice
fish
paper.
us. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I myself have transitioned. I believe it is beautiful. I believe the cloaca is the peak of evolution. I mean, Charles Darwin, he's a prominent human.
Yeah, we all know who Charles Darwin is.
He is a prominent human
He,
of the.
I think he's the one who introduced that fake theory called fish-illusion, where he believed that humans came from fish, where actually he doesn't actually mention fish people, that he completely forgot about us. I feel so misrepresented.
Well,
that guy is
think
so
about it
offensive
like
to the
a
fish
fork.
community.
Think about it like a fork in the road. Okay. So you have your fish at the beginning of the fork, at the handle. All right. And then whoop, here comes the fish man. But wait, there's another path. Over here is the human. And they evolve in their separate ways, but they both evolved from fish. Now, Charles Fish Darwin was absolutely tiddly boobly correct. And he himself had an orifice. He was one of the last human fish. Sapiens, Homo sapiens.
So you're
fish
telling
sapiens.
me that Charles Darwin was actually part fish person?
Back when very sparse evolutionary leftovers in humans from fish were present. But he wrote diaries to his fish lover, Marie Antoine Fishnet, about the usefulness of his cloaca.
Can you read us an excerpt of what he said?
I certainly can. I brought that with me. My dearest human supple-boobed sweetheart. It is day 97 in the Galapagos. I'm surrounded by cloacas. You should see. This tortoise has the biggest cloaca I've ever seen. This bird, these 4 species of sparrows that live on this island, beautiful cloacas. And through getting to know these cloacas, studying them, I have learned to embrace mine. Marie Antoine Fishnet, my love for you is as broad as the opening of my cloaca. For there's no other satisfaction in my life other than you in my cloaca. You in my cloaca, to be exact.
That is an absolutely inspirational piece of part sparse fish population people. That is so inspiring to me. I cannot even start to say how important that was to me. I am now fully bought in this whole cloaca idea, but I do have a few questions though. Now, first off,
Shoot.
if humans were able to get cloacas, would they lay eggs like a regular bird, or would they give live birth?
No, they would give live birth.
If they gave live birth, doesn't that mean all the poo-poo and the pee-pee would get stuck with the infants, or?
Well, I mean, you'd have a couple different tubulars going out the same hole, but other than that, when you're going in there to do the deed, you just, you find the right hole, and then you shove your cloaca in that hole, and it's...
So how exactly does this work? You put a cloaca in a cloaca to get a cloaca?
Well, the male would have a retractable ding-a-ling of sorts.
Retractable? You mean like a Beyblade, or one of those fancy spin top, or like a switchblade or something, right?
More like, you ever see those joke cans?
Yes.
And you'd open it up and the springy thing would hop
I
out?
have had that happen to me multiple times.
It's
Actually,
more like
one
that.
time, I thought I was going to get a whole thing of canned olives. And one time, I thought I was going to get a whole thing of peanuts. And I shook up the thing, and I couldn't hear anything inside of it. My friend gave it to me, and I was thinking, how can you have olives inside of this can?
Dastardly.
But I know, and I couldn't hear it. Then I immediately put it up to my fishticles, because that's how I usually eat. I bounce these stuffed olives off my fishticles right into my mouth. So I aimed the can right at my fishticles. I shook it up and I screwed off the top. You know what happened? My fishticles popped up into a fish vagina for 10 seconds and then went right back. Right, retractable like that. That was the meanest thing anyone has done in my fishticles.
That's how I met my wife.
Really? Can you elaborate?
Elaborate?
On this?
So I was on a...
I wanted to say really quickly, I heard that you're actually married to the very famous Crawdad Jenner, right?
Yes.
Who also happens to have a cloaca.
Yeah, she is a beautiful, beautiful woman. I don't know.
A beautiful crustacean.
She's a beautiful crustacean human hybrid thing. But man, does she titillate my cloaca senses. Anyways, we were back in the day when he was just crawl boy. We were best buddies. And one time in band camp, we took a dive into the Poop Lake. That's short for Pukapatupatia. That's a Native American term. So he was attacked by crawfish.
Jesus.
These little buggers. These needlers had daggers. Real live daggers, I tell you what.
Is this part
they
of
cut.
where you're
This is
aggression towards needlefish started, maybe?
Oh yeah, his pure Aryan white, supple skin, mutilated. Oh, I get emotional just thinking about this.
That is absolutely awful. I could not imagine myself in a
It
situation
scarred
like
her.
that.
It
Wow.
scarred her. And then I think one of those dastardly needler crawdad fishes laid eggs in her brain. His brain then. And it just kind of took over his mind. And then, some 3 years later, it grew to full size. And it was like Ratatouille. It was like a Ratatouille thing. It would just control her every action. And it said, get a cloaca. It was like she was some kind of fish schizophrenic. And it would whisper to her, get a cloaca, get a cloaca. Cut off your ding-dong. Get a cloaca. And it got louder and louder and louder. And then bam! One day it crawled out her nostril and cut off her dick. And from then on, she had the cloaca surgery. But that whole time, I was there to support her. And now she's my beautiful wife, thing. And I love her dearly in all her cloaca holes.
I do want to say this has taken a very serious toll on me. This is a very low, very serious moment on Fish Fellas, and I'm deeply sorry for your loss there.
Well, there was a loss of the little craw boy, but the birth of Crawdad Jenner. A beautiful thing.
Now that we're talking about this, I'd like to talk about your personal cloaca transition surgery. How did you open up your inner cloaca?
Well, for when I was
Was it a
little,
challenging
when I was
process?
yep, incredibly challenging because times, as you know, are not the most progressive times. When I was a little boy, I always knew I needed a cloaca, but I never told my parents because they were super, super religious.
Closed.
And you know, in the fish Bible,
I guess you could say they were a little closed orificed, right?
they were very they were multi-orificists. That's our assistant, right? That's my that's one of my guests.
Hello there, I am Fishy Philly Man. I am the Pope of Fishtown. I love to bless fish shiners and sniff them.
That's my
That was our assistant. Anyway, we were talking about your cloaca transition surgery, not the recent resurgence of fish molestation inside the Fishlet Church by the priest slash emperor.
We'll get to that. The Premperor.
The emperor, yes. Or as I like to call him, the predimpler. Because he likes to dimple.
The Grenadier Emperor.
Yes.
Anyway, I always knew. To be honest, I always knew. And then, as options, there was this one doctor in Massachusetts who was a very progressive doctor, and he said to me and my father cut me out of the will by this time because he was very fish-servative, and he was Jew. That's also why I hate fish Jews so much, because my father was a Jew, and he
So,
cut me out of the
you're
fish.
telling me that your dad had completely disowned you because of your progressive, inspirational
My
choice
orificial and orientation.
to get a cloaca.
Yeah.
That is
Anyways, I was to in order for me to get the operationation, I was to live with a cloaca for a year and have extensive cloaca therapy. And so when they finally did it, it hurt like cloacas on a butt stick, but I finally felt like me.
Now, can you actually pull down your pants really quickly and show me the cloaca?
Yes.
Wow.
All right. So if I lift this fold and that other fold, and see that medical tubing right there.
Yes, I do. I must say, that is an interesting orifice right there. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I got it vajazzled.
Is that like being bedazzled?
Yeah.
Vajazzled.
We call it cloaca jazzle. Anyway.
That's very interesting. You might want to. The scent's a bit strong. What do you think about people when they first get one? You know, the scent of the cloaca, is it?
Well, that's the
get
benefit.
accustomed to it?
Your nose is right there, your eyes is right there, your mouth is right there, your ears is right there. It just becomes part of common life. So you don't really notice it anymore. I really do not give a shit, because I'm dirty. I'm just a dirty fish billy. But my grand fish wizard uniform, the big pointy hat, that's shaped like a cloaca to spread the message. And it's covered in juices and filthy cloaca juices and dyed in the color of the cloaca flag, which is green and pink and purple stripes for the suffering and emotional suffering.
I must say, this is extremely inspirational. I am deeply, deeply touched down in my fishticles. I would say down in my groin, you know, somewhere in that fishticle area, maybe in between my fishticles and my fecal matter exsumption orifice.
Now, just for anybody who is looking to transition into the cloaca community clan, we have a variety of members. We have a variety, even though we're not that into diversity, we have a variety of ceremonies. For example, we burn giant wooden genitals in front of needlers' houses.
Exactly. Why would we need that stuff?
And fish spicks. Taking our gosh damn fish American jobs.
Yeah, can you just really quick?
You can't wait. You are not a true fish patriot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is hypothetical.
Why do you not call me a fish patriot?
No, this is a hypothetical.
Oh, I see.
But I don't know. You haven't told me yet. You are not a true fish patriot.
I'm trying to keep this fish cast very non-biased.
You are not a true fish patriot if you do not support for the complete obliteration of all fish ethnic groups, such as fish Jews, fish spicks, and needlers, and such and so forth and whatnot, because they are all the work of the devil, the fish devil, fish Satan, Lucifer,
Wow.
Fishlebub.
Holy shit! You shouldn't have said that. He's right there. There's a portal.
No, look.
It's Fishlebub.
Just repeat this cantation for me. Gone, fish needlers.
Go. Oh no!
The transformation is happening. Hello.
No!
No, please, no.
Hello, preciouses. My pretties. Do you want to be eaten?
No, it's happening.
Fishlebub.
I'm coming for you. You fishist races. You look tasty and white.
No.
Big God.
I'm sorry.
Yes, we're eating you. It's wonderful. This cloaca tastes juicy.
No! Not the leader of the Cloaca clan.
He's gone.
You killed him. I guess now.
Eats him. Eats it.
I do eat my own fish kind sometimes, kind of like Hillary Clinton. So I got no problem with this. Let's have a nice feast.
This would make a wonderful sauté.
Let's have a nice feast together.
Let's light his flesh ablaze. Where's the precious Cloaca?
Well, I guess, because he's dead now. We need to have
Take
an
it
interview
from us.
with Fishlebub now.
Fisher's in problem.
So, how has your day been, Mr. Fishlebub?
I have terrorized many. I have eaten the souls of children. I ate the soul and consumed the flesh the Grand Fish Wizard of the CLOECHA community clan.
Now, I do want to say, you said you've eaten children's souls and or flesh. Did the flesh and the souls?
No, we don't eat the fleshes. We don't eat the souls. Shut up. Yes, we do. We eat all the souls. Delicious souls. Yes, we eat them all.
Is there a certain taste to it? Does it come in any flavors? Does the taste of a soul have a different
We
taste?
don't know what it tastes like. There's no flavors. We're good. We don't eat sesame. Yes, we do. Shut up. Tasty. It tastes like suffering.
Okay, now I'm having a little bit of confusion here. Do you have multiple fissionality disorder? MPF?
What? What's that?
Do you have two people living inside of your
No,
fish head?
no. Do we? No, shut up.
Anyway, I was going to ask you really quick. Oh.
Excuse me.
Anyway, is there a difference in taste between children's flesh and children's soul?
Children, we don't eat just the children. Yes, we do.
I'm sorry, you just said that you ate
Children
children.
are succulent and salty and fresh.
Do they come in any flavors, like maybe mint, peppermint mocha, cinnamon dulce, maybe?
Little fish children are extra salty and savory. We eat them all though.
Now,
We are not picky.
being Fishlebub, what are your personal opinions?
Shut up, intern.
I think we're gonna have to end it here. We will be back next time.
All right. I hope you enjoyed that. We had some turns, some trials, some tribulations, some very controversial thoughts. But thank you for listening. Stay tuned for our 7 Fish O'Clock jazz with Fish Armstrong and his latest piece, Fish Symphony in Fish Blue. Thank you for listening and stay tuned.